All right, we're here on Southside's campus with the Southside Panthers soccer team. Very, very good program. They've really had it going on, as of late. And Coach, I know you're really responsible for that. Before we get into how you guys performed last year and expectations for this year, we're gonna let you guys introduce yourselves, starting at this time with Coach.
Randy Weiss.
Tate Tupper, senior. Bowen Cunningham, senior. Brendan Ayala, senior. Parker Cunningham, senior.
Eric Chandler, senior.
Coach, you got enough seniors. We're going to do a two-part right here on this one.
Yes,
but we're going to talk about each one of these groups of seniors, and we're going to lead off, before we dive into this year and the expectations, which we once mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about last year. You guys had a pretty successful season last year. I know it didn't end the way you wanted it to, but you did make a lot of noise. It seems like you guys got better as the season goes on. But take us back to last year's kind of a recap.
You kind of nailed it. Area championship, that was a good thing. We always want to do that. You got to do that to keep moving on. Disappointing at the end, second round, Fort Payne. I just got a feeling if I don't start every season with my goal being the state championship, that I'm not doing my job. And so we didn't reach that goal. But at the same time, we did reach a lot of our goals. We won a lot of games, had a great season. I think finished ranked seventh, I think, in the last poll. But again, that was a great bunch of guys last year. Many of them moved on. Some of these guys were part of that team. So I don't like the word rebuilding, but it's a regrouping year. Some people have changed positions and things of that nature, got a strong program. We're excited about this year. And again, our goal is to win it all.
So now each one of you guys kind of touch on last season if you can.
Oh, yeah, it was a good season. Made it to the second round, but we wanted to go to Huntsville. So the end there was a little disappointing, but we hope that we can accomplish that goal this year. So, I think we played really good. We won the area championship, and it was just sad to lose the Fort Payne 2 years in a row. So, yeah, I just felt like we developed a lot throughout the season, especially towards the end. We couldn't make it through the second round. Kind of fell apart. But I mean, up to that point, I feel like we were doing pretty. Just a lot of what they said. We had a great team last year. Disappointing end result, but I was proud of the way we played in Nashville.
Last season was a good season because as the season went on, we got better, especially in like the Gadsden State tournament. We had like a spark over there. The end was a little sad, but I think we'll make up for this.
Coach, last year, how big a boost in momentum was that? The school itself moving up to 6A and the announcement you guys are back down as a school and all the sports to 5A. But how big a boost was that to win that area championship last year for you?
Like I said, it was good. That was our third straight. And hopefully this will be or was that the fourth straight? That's fourth straight. Hopefully this will be our fifth straight. We got 2 in 5A, 2 in 6A. Now we're going to try to get 2 more in 5A. And Lord knows where we'll be next time. And I did want to reiterate on what I said earlier. I was extremely proud of the way these young men played last year. It was the last game was disappointing, but the season was not. I was not disappointed in any one of these young men. They worked their heart out on the field. They left everything out there at Fort Payne, and Fort Payne ended up playing. Every game we lost last year was to a finalist.
That's unbelievable.
And either in one classification or another. So we didn't lose anybody. We didn't lose a game to anyone that didn't go to Huntsville. And so,
hey, Coach, to even have that opportunity, that means your schedule's pretty beefy, so to speak. Talk about that schedule and how you guys set that up year to year.
We don't play bug tussle. We play Oak Mountain, Vestavia Hills. We open with James Clemens tomorrow night. We John Carroll, Indian Springs last year. We play the people that we're going to face in the playoffs or that level at least, and that's how we get better. You don't get better playing people that aren't as good as you are. And that's, don't get me wrong, I don't hold us any better than anybody else as far as human beings or anything, but obviously some teams are more competitive than others. Locally, you got some competitive teams. Gadsden City, Westbrook, they're very competitive. Some others. So, but by and large, we play teams out of Birmingham, Huntsville area.
Yeah.
They have down there in a couple of weeks. Those guys.
The talent level across the state's improved a lot, but you mentioned it. Birmingham, Huntsville, and the bigger schools is about as good as it's going to get in the state.
Yes, sir. It is, and it's fun to watch those guys play, and so I'm excited about tomorrow night. Our I don't want to decide the time and place to talk about it, but our freshman team beat John Carroll and Spain Park this weekend, and so middle school team beat John Carroll. So I want these guys to be. I don't want them to see any school any different than we are.
No doubt.
I've been in situations where you walk into, we're going to Oak Mountain. Oh my goodness,
That's panic time.
these guys are used to it. They played these folks their whole career. They played these teams, and so Mountain Brook. We don't have Mountain Brook this year. We've played Mountain Brook for the last 5 years,
Right.
and so it's just what's expected, that we're going to have a tough schedule, and that might not always help the record. But the only record that matters is getting to Huntsville, or at least making the playoffs and winning your area. And we're proud of that.
Each one of you guys talking about that, like each week, you're having to sharpen your sword, so to speak, against another really good team, a team that can look across the field. And like you said, every team that beats you guys is some sort of champion. How does that, knowing that we don't have cupcakes on this schedule?
I really like how competitive our schedule is, because after every hard game, we always get better. We always see different types of players, new players with different skill sets, and we can learn from that. And I believe that helps us get a lot better now that it goes so far.
Yeah, after every game, like every hard game we lose, it's always different practice, always more stuff we can work on. We can always get better. Playing the hard teams is going to show what we can do better on.
Yeah, it's playing those hard teams like for Birmingham and Huntsville. So they're really good. It shows our weaknesses even more. That helps us identify them and work on them during practice, get better for the next game. Just always looking ahead. And we're always developing, playing the harder teams. We'll strengthen our weaknesses and just work on what we did wrong in the games prior to that.
Yeah, I think a tough schedule helps us a lot. The last few seasons, we went to the tournament down in Mountain Brook,
and we always come out of that tournament playing really good soccer, because those teams give us a huge test.
A game slows down a little bit when you start playing people with, like your skill level. I'm going to start right back here with you. What's it mean to wear that jersey? Southside, not just boys but girls as well, soccer is known everywhere in North Alabama.
You got to have a sense of pride about yourself. It means a lot to represent this school and have such a good program and area champions, and we hope to expand upon that this season.
No doubt.
yeah, I think it's exciting to be here. The community's great. I love everybody here. And I just hope we can take a part of this year, the last year.
Do you think in your heart of hearts that your hair is better than coaches?
I agree.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just proud to be here, proud to be part of this team, to represent the school. Such a good program that we have here. And yeah, I'm just trying to show everybody what we can do.
Awesome.
Yeah, this team is, for the past 4 years, been everything. Great teammates. We're always laughing at each other, always having fun. To me, it's good to ask me. Love it.
Wearing the badge is it's an honor, because ever since I was a freshman and until now, Southside's whenever I talk to other players from other schools, they always recognize Southside. And we're always like that team that's up there, and they respect the sport.
That's right. Yeah, because we get it, on our end, people kind of like what Coach said. Oh no, Mountain Rock's on the schedule, or Oak Mountain. Like we're not, but you guys get that from around North Alabama when people see you. But now, Coach, you've kind of been a big part of that. Getting it to where it's at this point. What's that been like for you to know? Obviously, you got a lot more work to do here, and you guys want to win the state championship, but you've come a long way as well.
I just had great players. I know that sounds cliche. I've had great players, great parents, and I cannot say enough about the support the school gives us. I mean, we're supported financially, physically. We have tons of fans, in our games compared to a lot of other soccer teams around here. We always have a great crowd, and that goes a long way. I'm really proud to be here at Southside. I have great assistant coaches, former head coaches on my staff. and that helps a lot as well. You know, at this point and at this level, the head coach does a lot of shaking hands and kissing babies. I have to be careful what I said, but you know, shaking hands and kissing babies, and the assistants do a lot of one-on-one coaching, and that's neat as a coach, as a head coach, as a manager. But at times it's like, okay, I need to be out more hands-on. But then you look, they're doing everything right.
That's right.
And so I'm just overjoyed being here and being part of this program. And we're going to continue to grow it. We got 84 total kids in the program, middle school through varsity, and we continue to grow. They're talking about next year adding a 7th grade and 8th grade team to the middle school. I think we're going to keep it at least one more year, just a middle school program.
Yeah.
But there's 23 7th graders playing right now, and there's like 16 6th graders.
Damn.
So that might have to tell some kids to wait a year, play club one more year.
Yeah.
But again, it's club and country. That's what they used to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at this level, it's club and school.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the kids, well, I think all these young men play club at one level or another, or have, and then they move from club to school, and it's a different transition. I've coached in both, because when you're playing club, which is a higher level of soccer, let's not get ourselves, but there's nobody waiting the next day to make fun of you in the hall if you missed a shot.
Yeah.
Or if you lost a close game. That's right. Where in school, you have to face the folks and face your community.
Yeah.
And that's why I think school soccer is so special.
Oh, yeah.
And I love being a part of it.
There ain't no doubt. Now, Coach, tell us just a little bit about each one of these gentlemen here. I know we got another group we got to interview, but what is it about these guys right here, their leadership skills?
I'll go one at a time. Hayden's been with me since I've been here. He was in JV when I started, I think as a 7th grader. Yes, this is my 6th year here. My 5th year here, I'm rushing it. Owen, they resemble each other. Thank goodness for numbers. Owen bounce back and forth between being an offensive player and a defensive player. He's always been offensive, but now, great short, by the way. But he's a phenomenal center back, has a lot of leadership on the field. He's a coach on the field, which is what you want from a center back. Center backs are a lot like quarterbacks of the soccer team, because they see everything, and when they talk, other people listen because they can't see what's behind them. So, Brandon Ayala is a 3-year All-State player. He was All-State as a freshman at Collinsville. Saw the light, transferred over to the light side, and then he was honorable mention as a sophomore here. Been All-State the last 2 years. I may have it backwards, but anyway, he's been a 3-year All-State selection. Parker is one of our captains. He is a phenomenal midfielder. Does a great job. I say phenomenal. I don't want to, make you sound like messy or anything. More like he's a great midfielder. Yeah, I'm kidding. He's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal person. Yeah, and proud to coach him. He listens good and can throw the ball 40 yards, 50 yards in soccer throw-in style, and that's always impressive.
Very impressive.
And again, he's related, if you can tell, to Owen over here. And so I try not to say the twins. I've got twin grandsons, and I think they get tired of hearing the twins. So they're individuals, and their individual personalities and individual playing styles. Arik Chandra has started as a freshman. This freshman 10th, 11th, 12th, 3. All-State, also played in the All-Star game last year. Had the privilege of coaching him in the All-Star game for the North. Didn't want to show favorites, so he was going to play about like everybody else did. And the kids from Montgomery and Huntsville and Birmingham, when he was out of the game and the other team scored, put Rick back in. So he's a really good center back as well, really good center back. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that both, I'm not sure if y'all Great Point amateurs, so I'm not leaving you out, but I know Brandon and Arik are 4-0s. Arik's, I guess it's okay to say, probably going to be your valedictorian.
It's maybe second.
Maybe second, and he's also district nominee for regional. He won the region in, we have the Bryant Jordan, what's it called? The Bryant Jordan Scholarship for academic success and prowess, and he is our region winner. He made it through school, district, and region. I don't think we've ever had one go that far, and that's impressive. And so that's about character and academics and athletic ability. Him and who's the other young man?
Jackson
Jackson. He was a cross country and track runner. So got great athletes here, and they're great people too. And everyone's young men on the stage. You know, I've got a daughter. If she were 15 or 16 years old, I would feel totally privileged for them to date her.
That's the biggest honor any dad could get.
Most of my little ones, but I mean, you know what? I'm raised by the range.
I'll say as a father, I am a father, so I know exactly. That's a big honor.
It is.
Yeah, I need.
You know, I would have no reservations if a daughter of mine said, hey, I'm dating her, or I'm dating Owen or Brandon or Parker or Hayden. You know?
Yeah, because that's the biggest honor.
Some of these guys sitting over here,
if they were dads, they'd all be like, "Oh, that's huge."
it is. There's nothing inappropriate about that. It's just the fact that I think they're fine young men, hunters or something.
Now, before we close this section, the interview down, we're going to bring in your teammates. I want each one of you guys to give me overall thoughts of this upcoming season.
I've had hope for this season. This is always this last one, but I think we have a lot of potential coming up, and I think we have a good chance of making it a state.
Yeah, I think our team chemistry, and we've all been playing together for like 6-7 years, so we got a good chance this season.
Man, just very excited for the season because it's our last one. Just planning it all out. Hoping to make it to state at least, if not winning the whole thing. But
Yeah, I think most of Fort Lauderdale's gonna be a lot of fun. And everybody here knows how to have fun, and we're all good. So I think maybe we can make it past second round this year, hopefully. So I'm very excited for this season. We have great, I love all these guys. We have great team chemistry, and I think we can get to state.
Off. Coach, we're going to shut this section down, bring in the other guys, and we're going to finish the video off. Appreciate you guys sitting in with us.